Hi everybody, Al Bernstein here for the Boxing Channel. Well, in 2013 there were many great performances by boxers, and we want to select the Fighter of the Year. And so to do that, we got the opinions of all our pundits and correspondents, the people you've seen reporting here on the Boxing Channel. Let's see what they have to say.
Michael Woods for the Boxing Channel, and here is my Fighter of the Year for 2013. There were a lot of good fights, there were a lot of great fighters, but for me, it's Money in the Bank. It's Floyd Mayweather. He made two really good fighters look average, so personally he had a great year, and professionally he uplifted all of boxing, right? He brought it to a new transcendent level. He had so much mainstream media coverage. This was the year of Floyd Mayweather. My pick, 2013, Fighter of the Year.
Hey fight fans, Kelsey McCarson here from the Boxing Channel. It is the end of 2013. It's the end of the year. It's the time where we all come up with our Fight of the Year and Fighter of the Year awards. For me this year, I think my Fighter of the Year, there were lots of great fighters this year. Let me first say that. You have a guy like Timothy Bradley, who not only was in a Fight of the Year candidate against Ruslan Provodnikov, but also showed his worth as a fighter, his greatness really as a fighter, against Juan Manuel Marquez later in the year. Two great wins. You also have a guy like Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia with a great upset win over Lucas Matisse. He's undefeated. The guy just keeps winning. All sorts of great fighters. Adonis Stevenson is another candidate. 4 great wins. He's the lineal light heavyweight champion of the world. But for me, the 2013 Fighter of the Year has to be Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know, they call it the Rigolution. This is the new thing in boxing. Rigo's taking storm of the boxing world. He's a great boxer. I mean, he's already probably one of the greatest fighters of this time period. He's only got 13 professional fights. He started the year in a great way, defeating Nonito Donaire, the 2012 BWAA Fighter of the Year. And he ended just blanking a tough Joseph Agbeko. That's a great win. He's 2-0. The Rigolution has started, and he's my Fighter of the Year.
Hey, everybody. Marcos Villegas here, and we're going to go ahead and touch on a topic that I know is going to have a lot of you guys talking up into the new year. Of course, 2013 is closing out, and you're seeing Fighter of the Year being thrown out with many fighters in the current boxing landscape. A lot of people picking, the obvious choices, like Floyd Mayweather Jr., others picking Timothy Bradley, and others picking Gennady Golovkin. All three of these fighters having a spectacular 2013 in the boxing landscape, but like the Highlander movies, there can be only one. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you my one. I'm going to pick Floyd Mayweather Jr. as my 2013 Fighter of the Year. Now you may ask why. Why would you do that, man? It's the obvious choice. Why? Let me tell you why. Floyd started off the year in huge fashion. He went ahead and signed that Showtime deal and completely changed the landscape of boxing. He turned it up over its head and sideways, and however you want to explain it. He became the richest athlete this year because of that deal. He changed the landscape. He made it so that Showtime is now, you can make an argument, putting on the best fights in the boxing landscape right now because of him. And then he goes ahead, after he signs this deal, he goes ahead and faces the #1 guy at 147 pounds other than Manny Pacquiao, which we know that fight can't happen. So he takes on the #2 guy pretty much in Robert the Ghost Guerrero, who had a spectacular win over Andre Berto to get that title shot. And he goes, steps in the ring with him in May of this year and makes him look basic. Absolutely basic. Puts on a masterclass performance. And we were all thinking Guerrero was going to go in and bully Floyd around and do what he did with Andre Berto. Nope. Wrong. Didn't do that. Floyd showed why he's the top guy in boxing today. So he takes that performance, and we didn't think he could do any better than that. And he goes and he faces the #1 guy in the next division up at 154 pounds. He takes on Saul Canelo Alvarez and beats him worse than he beats Robert Guerrero. I gave Guerrero 2 rounds in that fight. In this Canelo fight, this past May, I gave him 0. None. Great work by Floyd. So he went ahead in 1 year, did the Showtime deal, made him the richest athlete in sports, changed the whole boxing landscape, flipped it on its head in one signing. And then he goes ahead and beats one of the top guys at 147 pounds and makes him look basic. And then he goes and he wins another title in another division, takes on the #1 guy, and he makes him look basic. Right now, he's the champion, the best guy in 2 weight divisions. There's no other boxer that comes to the top of my head that's done the things this year that Floyd Mayweather Jr. does. To me, it's the obvious choice. See what he's done. It speaks for himself. And if you were to ask me, Ruslan deserves it. Yeah, all these guys deserve it. All these guys had great years, and this is the first time where we didn't have to really forcefully make something up to give a guy the fighter of the year. Last year was a little difficult. Nonino Doñer won it. He had 4 fights. He had a great year. This year, you could have made an argument for either of the guys that I listed. But my choice, I'm sticking with my guns. Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins my 2013 Fighter of the Year.
Well, now it's my turn to weigh in on Fighter of the Year, and there were many to pick from. At the top of my list, of course, were Floyd Mayweather, who won twice during this past year, Danny Garcia, who won twice and defeated Lucas Matisse in a terrific match, and there were many others. Tim Bradley won twice in the potential Fight of the Year against Provodnikov, and also in a big match against Juan Manuel Marquez. But I think the man that stands above them all in my mind was light heavyweight Adonis Stevenson. Not only did he win 4 fights this year, he beat 3 former or current world champions, including Tavoris Cloud and Chad Dawson. It was tremendous what he did this year, knocking people out, showing great power and skill at the same time. So this Canadian light heavyweight, 36 years of age, finding stardom late in his career, earns my vote as Fighter of the Year in 2013.